National Training and Development Curriculum for Foster and Adoptive Parents.
For children who are in foster care, meaningful visits with their parents are not only a critical way of maintaining relationships, they are instrumental in working toward reunification. For children who have been adopted, visitation may look very different, but it is still beneficial as it helps children connect their past with their present. In the following segments, you'll hear from leaders in the field of child welfare and an experienced foster and adoptive parent as they share strategies and advice for preparing for and managing visitation. You'll also meet two mothers whose children were in foster care.
Sharon McDaniel, President and CEO, A Second Chance, Inc.
We've seen young people not do well in foster care because they're disconnected from their families and they want to be with their family. And it doesn't mean that they can't love somebody else, but they want to be connected whenever possible.
Kimberly Shoecraft, Training and Curriculum Manager, Partners for Our Children.
The thing that we're thinking about with visits is that it really is an opportunity for this relationship to become even more positive, right, and even stronger in visits.
Preparing for visits can help ensure children get the most out of their time with their parents. Parents who are fostering are often asked to help with the visitation plan. This can include transporting the child to the visit, facilitating the visit, or possibly including the parent in daily events like doctor visits or activities.
Ann Ward, Foster Adoptive Parent.
There's the practical stuff. What do you need to bring? Do you have any art that you've made?
If there's recent school pictures or, maybe if they wanted to bake a cake or a cupcake or something like that to give to the parents.
I like to have a journal go back and forth. It depends on the kids, but nighttime is really hard for kids, and if they can write to their parents at night, like right before bed, just take 5 or 10 minutes and write to their family. Then their parents write something for them to read that night.
If they've got multiple children in the visit and those kinds of things, how they're going to attend to both children. Are there games that they can play that might be suited for both children developmentally to come together?
Helping children prepare for visits is also a critical part in helping to set up successful visits.
Depending on the child's temperament and what the child needs, really kind of thinking about that. How do I help set this child up to have a successful visit with their parent?
You ensure that you are preparing the young person to say you're going to go see your mom today, and she's looking forward to seeing you. And so you prepare them where the visit's going to be. You speak positively about the experience.
Preparation can also include talking to the child about any feelings they may have about the visit.
Most kids are excited to go to visits and looking forward to them, even though they might be anxious or scared or sad.
Talking with the child beforehand about what they're looking forward to about seeing their parent, right? Or if the child has any worries.
When you're at breakfast or you're in the car on the way to school or something, and a kid will say something like, "Do you think that there'll be hot sauce at the visit?" When my mom gets mad, she puts hot sauce in my mouth, and I really don't like it, and so I'm hoping that she doesn't bring the hot sauce with her. We all know mom's not going to show up to the meeting with hot sauce, but that doesn't make it not realistic that kid has a very real fear that this is going to happen.
It's important to address concerns the child may bring up. Acknowledge their fears and try to find ways to offer support. At times, that may mean staying with the child during the visit.
So we can say, "You're right, that's really scary, and I wonder if I can help. What can we do? What can our plan be if that happens?"
The anticipation and excitement of a parental visit can affect a child's behavior. Helping children become aware of their emotions and become regulated before a visit can improve the quality of visits.
I work with kids pretty early on paying attention to their breathing and playing little breathing games. Can you hold your breath for 3 seconds and then make a really loud noise as you push it out?
For some kids, that maybe are really kind of wound up or, behaving in kind of a hyper way, give them some space to run around, to go to the park and play, or, just run some of that off before going into the visit.
When parents who are fostering or adopting work together with the child's parents, it helps the child connect the pieces in their life.
The birth parent is central along with the child. They are part of the child's life, part of the child's lineage, part of the child's history. And so we have to partner no matter what the family constellation, whether it's foster care, kinship care, adoption. It's a partnership.
Many of the families that we're working with, the birth families involved in the child welfare system, most of those parents will have experienced not just one, right, but multiple traumas.
Ashley Albert, Parent Engagement Coordinator, Foster Alumni, Birth Parent.
A lot of us parents don't have our own parents, so we don't know what that's like to parent a child. What we're really trying to do is parent ourselves, the inner broken child inside of us, so that we become happy, healthy, whole adults so we could parent the children that we had on our own. And it's just super hard to do that when you don't know.
Taylor Bernardi, Birth Parent, Parent Advocate.
I felt like a failure in the beginning. I felt like I wasn't in my right place, even though I was doing what I was supposed to be doing.
Most of the birth families that we're working with are folks that just haven't been given a fair shot, right, at learning, good sort of nurturing parenting skills and those kinds of things. I'm thinking about, how I'm going to be building a trusting relationship with this birth parent so that I can do some of that supporting and guiding.
Parents who are fostering or adopting should try to view the visits from the lens of the child's parent. This can help ensure they are making the parent feel comfortable and able to freely interact with the child.
Anne, child, and birth parent sit at a park bench looking at photos.
Daddy, Mom, and Daddy and me.
I assumed at the visit would be the facilitator, the two children, my oldest child who did not get adopted, and myself. And when I walked in, it was about 4 other family members of the adoptive family. So it was very disturbing to kind of walk into that setting and see all of those people kind of invade my privacy and my time with my kids. When birth parents do that in a situation like this, we call that losing low self-esteem.
Even small gestures can send a positive message to parents about their role in the child's life.
Anne and child look through the child's artwork.
Which ones are we going to share so that people can be so proud of your art? Letting them reconnect, rebond, and I'm going to hang back and I'm going to wait while they do what they need to do, and then let them decide what comes next. If I have a baby and I'm wearing that baby and I know I'm going to be walking into a space where the birth parent might be standing there, I need to unwrap that baby and be ready to immediately say, here's your baby.
Parents who are fostering can also be instrumental during the visits in developing a mentoring role with the child's parents.
Comment on, oh, he really loves it when you smile at him like that. Oh, his eyes light up when you look at him like that, right? And you can just see the mom's, just the smile on the mom's face, to get that kind of reinforcement.
Charlie, what kind of lettuce do you like the best?
What I'm going to do is, me as a foster parent, maybe I'll do some visits for a little bit. That way I could kind of teach her and coach her on some stuff, and she gets a double whammy. She gets to spend time being in the home with me and my family, kind of learning some household skills, baking cookies, spending time with Sammy doing homework, helping with laundry. I can develop that relationship with the parent as a mentor. It's kind of a parent mentor for this parent.
When her sister was caring for her son, Taylor learned that sometimes family history can make parenting together difficult.
In the beginning, there was a lot of tension. There was a lot of hurt feelings, because she was so stressed out and distraught from my actions that I was doing.
I've worked with over 27,000 children in my time of doing this work. I will offer to you that family, for the sake of the child, they can put away in anything that they're harboring in that moment.
We started to do activities together, like going to the farmer's market or taking him to the park together. We now have a very strong relationship. I go over there every Sunday for dinner.
Saying goodbye can be the most difficult part of visits. Parents who are fostering or adopting should plan for ways they can offer support or comfort after a visit.
I think about foster families as being kind of left to pick up the pieces sometimes, right, after visitations happen.
Total chaos might happen. You see both extremes, so kids that completely shut down and withdraw and maybe don't want to eat or engage and are sad. You see others that rage. It can be really hard to see their family because it reminds them that they're not with them and how much they love them.
We can all sort of imagine if we were taken away, right, as a kid and we never saw that parent. Just how unsettling and upsetting and traumatizing, right, it would be to just all of a sudden not be with that parent anymore.
In the short run, it may seem extremely difficult and traumatic, but it could be far worse if they were not visiting.
It's important for parents who are fostering or adopting to expect and plan for difficulties associated with the visit ending.
What are some ways that they want to greet them when they come in for the visit? What are some ways that they'd like to say goodbye to them? You know, creating some consistent routines around those kinds of things.
Some things that can be done to make this transition smoother include: create a routine around saying goodbye. Set up a time for the child to talk to the parent soon after the visit. Take pictures of the child with their parent that you can give to the child. Have the child write a letter or draw a picture to give to their parent at the next visit. Plan for a quiet evening to give the child time to reflect. At times, the child's parents may miss a scheduled visit. While there's no easy way to help a child through the disappointment, a few strategies may help.
I never promise visits. I said the plan right now is that we're going to see your mom at 1 o'clock. The plan might change and we might not know about that, and that's okay. But if the plan changes and we find out, we're gonna have to get back in the car and we're gonna have to go and do something different.
They may just need us to be there, right, as a calm presence for them, as a supportive person for them, while they experience whatever emotions they're experiencing around it.
Anytime a kid is having hard feelings about their family, it's okay to validate those feelings, but you don't join in. You never join in.
Being able to say something like, you know, I am so sorry that you did not get to see your mom this week. I know that she really looks forward to seeing you, and, you know, she will be wanting to see you as soon as possible again. Those kinds of things. But really helping kids to feel like their parent just didn't blow them off.
There are legitimate reasons that the child's parents may miss a scheduled visit, so it's important to give them the benefit of the doubt.
We don't really know the details and the steps and the journey that is being taken for parents to be in their children's life.
I was on parole and I had to get a pass to go out of county, you know, a couple days before it was going to happen. So I would have to plan my visits and get a pass and go out and be back at a certain time, and so it was kind of a struggle.
If I think about this parent as you know, someone who maybe has to take 3 buses to get to the visit, wow, does that show how much they care about their kids.
Visits can also give parents hope as they work toward reunification.
Those kids gave me life when I was with them, and so I looked forward to those visits because during that time of going through my child welfare case, I needed those visits. It motivated me.
And I'm willing to believe that this parent has the ability to change at any point in time, and I can be a supportive person for that to happen.
After I went through everything I had to go through, I can say that they helped me be who I am today and be the parent that I needed to be.
This video was funded by the Children's Bureau, Administration on Children, Youth, and Families, Administration for Children and Families, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, under grant number 90CO1134. The contents of this video are solely the responsibility of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official views of the Children's Bureau.